Hello and welcome to r/askreddit. What mind-blowing but simple facts would satisfy a 4-year-old daughter's daily request for one fact before bedtime? Most elephants weigh less than a blue whale's tongue. I guess I'm 4, because I'm loving all the fun facts in this thread. Most. No need to fat shame Nelly the bellyphant. Her weight is irrelevant. Dogs can tell when you're coming home by how much of your scent is left in the house if you have a daily routine. Dogs have a sense of time beyond its relation to smells lingering. As anecdotal evidence, I feed my dogs at 8 in the evening every day. If I forget, right around 8:15, they will get up and start badgering me until they get fed. Also, I get up at 9 AM for work every day. I let them out at that time. On the weekends, when I really want to be sleeping in, 9 AM without fail, they're up and grabbing chew toys and squeaking them in my ear until I get up. Persistent bastards. That's because they can smell time. Most people have more than the average number of arms. At first I was like, oh, a troll comment. But then I realized some people have less than 2 arms, making the average less than 2. Nice one. A day on Venus takes longer to complete than a year on Venus. How? It simply takes longer for Venus to do one complete rotation around its own axis than it does for the planet to rotate around the sun. Edit. From my memory, I believe it's only like 10 to 15 days difference, but still an interesting fact. Another fun fact, aluminum used to be such a precious metal and so expensive that the top point of the Washington Monument is made of pure aluminum. At the time of construction, that aluminum would be like capping it with platinum today. Otters have skin pockets for their favorite rocks. They're also surprisingly vicious. The reason that they're so playful is because they're such efficient killing machines that they have extra time to spend on things beside hunting. But that's a much less 4-year-old friendly fact. Cashews come from a fruit. The fruit is edible, but apparently hard to transport long distances, so the only place you're likely to find it is where they grow cashews. They also don't grow inside the fruit. They're on top of it, like some sort of ridiculous hat. Edit. Not on top, underneath. My bad. Either the fruit is the ridiculous hat, or the nut is either a set of testicles, or as somebody below me said, a massive dump. Some species of burrowing spiders keep teeny tiny frogs in their burrows to keep it free of bugs too small for the spider to get that might try to eat the spider's eggs. This means that tiny frogs are spider cats. From the time Pluto was discovered until the time it was demoted from planethood, it still hadn't made one complete revolution around the sun. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig. If you have any, you have to have at least 2. They get lonely. Bees tell their friends about good flowers nearby by dancing. I once told my son that there was a scientist for everything, so he started a tradition where he'd pick something to see if there were people that studied it, and I'd give some age-appropriate examples of what they do. Edit. Thank you for the silver. Might suggest the study of metals and alloys, and when we use what kind. He's always talking about the different eras of human history. Primitive age, modern age, future age, etc. So it'd be a good segue to Iron Age or Bronze Age. There's an island in Japan populated only by fluffy bunnies. Been there. It's the most amazing place on earth. Bunny owner. And there are ruins there from chemical weapons testing facilities. The building in the world with the most toilets is Wembley Stadium. Cows get excited when they solve puzzles. The filling in a Kit Kat is broken up Kit Kats. One time a guy ate an airplane. It took him several years, but he did it. The little jump guinea pigs do when they're happy is called popcorning. When a cat walks toward you with its tail up, that means it likes you and is excited to see you. Elephants have a noise that means, there are bees here, let's leave immediately. They played golf on the moon one time. Pineapples are a collection of berries. Bananas are berries too, and they grow in banana plants, not banana trees. I used to work in a fruit and vegetable shop as a teenager. We had a woman come in once complaining that all the melons had a dirty mark on them. I explained that that's because they grow on the ground, just like a potato or a carrot being covered in earth. She didn't believe me. She thought melons hung from trees. I'm sure googling the phrase hanging melons would only reinforce this idea. Giraffe tongues are black, to protect from sunburn, as they are out so much during the day. Sun's out, tongue's out. Kangaroos can't walk backwards. Edit. I want to make it clear that I have no idea who Daniel Tosh is, and when I say walk, I mean hop. Kangaroos can't walk at all. Their hind legs can't move independently. They have a welded rear diff. Horses are more closely related to rhinos than to deer. Additionally, Horses have roughly a 350-degree field of vision around them, with one of their two blind spots being in the front. Horses can't see directly ahead for up to about 4 feet. When a bee is chosen to be the new queen, they are given a special type of honey that completely changes their bodies, kind of like how a Pokemon evolves. Super simplified, but it's still pretty cool to think about. Beekeeper here. All eggs get Jelly Royale first, and after a while, I don't know the exact amount of days, the larvae of worker bees get pollen and nectar instead. Because of that, their ovaries won't develop properly, which makes them infertile. Only queen bees get Jelly Royale through all stages of development in the cell, which makes them fertile and significantly bigger. So if the queen bee dies suddenly, or gets too old, the worker bees start feeding the larvae with Jelly Royale to raise a new queen. When the first young queen hatches, she stings all the other developing queens while still in their cells. There can only be one. I believe beekeepers sometimes section some off since queens are valuable. Of course, this may not be a child-appropriate fact. Wouldn't want to encourage sibling murder. Chocolate was once used as currency by the Aztecs. More accurately, cocoa beans were used. Worms have 5 hearts. The surface of Mars is covered in rust, making the planet appear red. The red food coloring, carmine, that's used in a lot of candy, is made from a kind of beetle. There is a train station in Japan that has a cat station master, currently Naitama. Cows have best friends and get stressed when they separate. Tomatoes were once thought to be inedible, since they're in the same family as nightshade, which is poisonous. ETA cause I got a lot of comments about this one. Tomatoes' acidity interacted with lead plates equals lead poisoning. Check out U/NOV494. It's comments. Apples float but pears sink. Apples float because they're 25% air. Wombat poop is cube-shaped. Hippopotamus milk is pink. Some fish cough. Don't eat too many carrots or your skin will turn orange. That happened to my own daughter. Some frogs will glow when they eat fireflies. Before 1913, parents could mail their kids to grandmas through the postal office. By the same token, don't drink too much water or you can effectively dilute your internal chemistry to the point you will get sick. It takes a little over 8 minutes for the light from the sun to get to Earth. There are more stars than there are grains of sand on all the beaches in the world. Cows can walk upstairs, but they can't walk down. Can confirm. A polar bear's skin is black. Wow, gold! Thank you so much! And their hair isn't white, but transparent and hollow. If the skin is black and the hair is transparent, why are they white? Luminescence. Light hitting the hair scatters and makes it glow, basically. The list of what groups of animals are called, i.e., a group of elephants is a parade, a group of owls is a parliament, a group of wildcats is called a destruction, and a group of 4-year-olds is a nightmare. A platypus lays eggs and has milk, making it the only mammal that could, in theory, make its own custard. Ask her to give you one fact in exchange for a fact. This will encourage her to learn more and try to meet the daily one fact before bed. It rains diamonds on other planets. Owls cannot be choked. Oh my god, that means someone tried to choke them and failed on more than one occasion. It was probably that kid who got swindled out of a Tootsie Roll Pop. Making pennies cost more than their actual value. Humans are bioluminescent and glow in the dark, but the light that we emit is 1,000 times weaker than our human eyes are able to pick up on. Lobsters were considered disgusting and low-class food, to the point that feeding them to prisoners too often was considered cruel and unusual punishment. Also, they're basically just big sea roaches. Butterflies smell with their feet. Animals that lay eggs don't have belly buttons. Slugs have 4 noses. Camels have 3 eyelids. Flamingos turn pink from eating shrimp. Kangaroos cannot walk backwards. A hummingbird weighs less than a penny. Broccoli is classified as both a vegetable and a flower. The Hawaiian alphabet only has 12 letters. Fish cough. Snails breathe through their foot. If you keep a goldfish in a dark room, it will turn white. Bullfrogs never sleep. Elephants can't jump. Pigs can get a sunburn. Fish can drown. The average American eats approximately 35,000 cookies in his or her life. Only male turkeys gobble. Penguins are the only birds that can both swim and not fly. Male kangaroos are called boomers, and females are called flyers. Koalas sleep 22 hours a day. Kangaroos cannot smell. There is a D in fridge, but not in refrigerator. The distance from your inner elbow to your wrist is the same as the length of your foot. This is fun because it sounds insane. The forearm looks longer, but if you put your foot to your arm, you will see that this is accurate. If you put both hands in front of you and air write a word, your non-dominant hand will write an exact mirror of your dominant hand without you having to think about it. It will work with shapes too, if she's too young to read or write. Pineapples used to be so expensive that people would rent them as a centerpiece for their party. Scotland's national animal is a unicorn. A single strand of spaghetti is a spaghetto. At birth, a baby panda is smaller than a mouse. Violin bows are usually made from horsehair. The color red doesn't make bulls angry, they're colorblind. Herringfish communicate with flatulence. If you heat up a magnet, it loses its magnetism. It snows metal on planet Venus. Garlic attracts leeches. In 1992, a shipping crate full of 28,000 rubber ducks fell off a ship. They kept washing up for years. Fact: a curious 4-year-old can never be satisfied with one fact per day.
Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.